He'll bring it out. It's Kane. And the ball pops out. Oh, inviting disaster. Maybe some early game jitters showing there. Very fortunate to retain possession on the opening kickoff. So the Condors offense will get the ball first. And David, we'll see whether this running back has the ability to elevate his game and really become a star in this offense.
Yeah, he's still developing. You know, I think when you watch him, you say, oh, he's still learning the vision and how to play the running back spot. And I think you're leaving Jesse going, I want a little bit more. I want more consistency, more big plays so this offense can really take off.
I think the coaching staff, I think the fans know for the future of this program, they need to upgrade at the position. They'll try to do that in recruiting or the portal. But for right now, today, this guy has to be able to make plays when his opportunities show up.
Jumped on top of the pile.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Quarterback slides, and he's got enough for the first down.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this, that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack it.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And all defenses talk about it. Sacks, tackles for a loss, affecting the quarterback the best way you can. The first drive of the game already getting home. Nice start for this defense.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Trying play action. Pressure coming. Looking for a deep man. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
Snagged out of the air. They make the stop just across the 30 at the 31. It's fourth down. The Condors will punt this one away. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. Makes a move. A huge return there. Steps out of bounds, but man, did he put his team in great position. The Razorbacks offense will come out to go on the attack for the first time. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others. They got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
Switch it, switch it. Ruby, Ruby.
He'll try it again. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Complete to the right. Not a big window, and that throw was money, and they've got it at the 30.
Well, this tight end's really good at finding soft spots and zones. It's not just working over the middle of the field either, but also on the perimeter of the field. And that time, as soon as he releases off the ball, he knows there's no one following me, running with me. This must be zone coverage. Where can I post up and make this easy for my quarterback? He finds that spot. It's a nice game by the offense.
Man, how about that defense? On the snap, they are in the backfield with great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
Jackson gonna throw it. He just missed the target on that one. Gotta put it on his body. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's the pressure. He'll get rid of it. Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the first down.
Well, this left-handed quarterback, he drills throwing on the run to his right a lot in practice for situations just like that, and it paid off there.
They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line.
You know, with defense, it's this pick or poison game, right? Like, I got to play a little bit soft and make them run the football, but when I do that, I give the running back space, and right there you can tell he takes advantage of it.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. The Razorbacks take their first time out. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Wants to adjust the pattern. Rides to the back. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Arkansas! They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that. And the Hogs have put up the first touchdown of the game, and whooping.
Woo Pig going nuts in the stands. Great fan base. They get excited, and you get out to the lead early, putting that score on the board, they are going nuts.
Returner's going to try to see what he can get. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. On the option. And he'll be hit immediately. No gain on the play.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback. Somebody has to have the pitch. And most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. They'll try to run for it. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31.
Yeah, a nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back, knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. And he is stopped behind the line, and that's how we'll finish the first quarter. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. They'll leave it with him. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
A lot lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
One thing this defense always talks about is getting off the field. Last drive, they forced a punt. Here on third down, what a great job flying to the football, getting a hit, forcing an incompletion. They may be jogging off here soon again.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Arkansas offense heads onto the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Sends it back in motion. Jackson will throw. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys in a coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on third and long. The snap sets up the throw. Safe completion on the screen. Looking for room at the 25. Finds a seam. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Razorbacks!
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
They'll try to pop the draw. He stopped just short of the 25 at the 24-yard line, but it will be a first down.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the first down, new set of downs, let's go.
It's first down from back at their own 24-yard line. They'll try it over the left side. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
That back had nowhere to go. Defensive line ate up the blocks. But how about the linebacker swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. Motion from the wide receiver. Out of the gun, the inside give. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Man, this defense is dominating all game long. They have been making this quarterback's life so difficult with their pass rush. They bring him down there for the sack. They're not giving anything up. They're leading this game by a lot. We're only in the second quarter, and this ain't going to change unless this offense can find a rhythm.
Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oaks. The Razorbacks offense set to begin this drive. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. On the ground, it's Russell. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Now facing a 3rd and long. Jackson gonna throw it. Fires to the middle. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He goes down after the short return. A play to get the football back.
And that's just a force by the quarterback. They're throwing it into cover 3. It's a zone coverage, and if you're going to try to throw it deep down the middle, you need another route to occupy the safety and take them away. There was nothing there that time.
Oh, he's got some space. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working.
And that's exactly how you draw it up. And that's why the option's so hard to stop. QB, man, draw the defense in. Look at me. I'm the first option. Bam. Next thing you know, he pitches it, gets a positive gain down the field.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. That gives him 54 yards rushing already here in the first half. It's a season opener, but he's in midseason form. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Takes it the other way. The 20. Inside the 10. Hunt down Razorbacks. A pick 6. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. Holly Rowe has an update.
Here on the away team sideline, I can tell you this crowd has played a factor early in this game. On the road, in a hostile environment, they have not been able to get going in this game. They have failed to score, not productive on their early drives, and they are talking about how the crowd noise is impacting them. I see them talk to each other, trying to tighten things up with the line of scrimmage. This is a factor. This crowd is making a big difference here so far. Guys, back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. They'll go right back to the run. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. And it'll be the Condors will hustle to the line. Looking for a man. It's right. Here's a heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Got his man downfield. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. DVP.
You just can't hit the quarterback like that. That is a dumb play, and the defender got caught red-handed. 3 yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. Looking downfield, it's right. Tosses it incomplete.
Well, no surprise there on defense, right? You know the QB is going to be trying to target this guy. Nice job in coverage forcing that incompletion.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Back to pass. A little screen to the running back. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
These third downs are so critical in deciding the outcomes of football games, especially when you start to get closer to the end zone. You drill it, you practice it. This offense needs to be dialed in, needs to be in rhythm, and needs to execute on this third down.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third runs it into the house. Touchdown, Condor!
And this defense, just a little bit of a letdown right before the half. Been controlling this football game, been dominating this football game, giving up points, got to go into half, get it buckled back down, get that intensity cranked back up.
And he tacks on the extra point. Here's the return from inside his 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much...
Makes the grab in their space. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
We are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update. The Condors will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. As we start the second half, Holly, what adjustments do these teams want to make?
Coming out of the locker room at the half, the Arkansas head coach told me their running back has not gotten off to the best start. Listen, this is a big-time transfer, and they brought him in for a moment like this, but he has not gotten off to the start that they would like. However, the team's still up, but they expect more. See if they give him another opportunity here to get this second half started. Back to you.
Okay, Holly.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They'll keep it on the ground. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23. A pickup of 4.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
To the air, it's Hill. Under fire. It's complete to the right. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30. And the Razorbacks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Unloads it left. That's caught. It's Marshall. It's a running room. He's at the... all the way! Touchdown, Arkansas!
I just love that about this team, because right when it looks like the opponent has just a glimmer of hope, scoring a touchdown on the last drive, they just come right back out, David, and they put their foot down on the gas. They put their foot down on your throat. They stay aggressive and score a touchdown of their own.
It's just such an explosive offense, man. They can hurt you so fast. They're so dangerous. Defenses don't know what to do. You're right. Great answer. You give up a touchdown, you go right back and get you one.
The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, second down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both. And that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up third and long situations. And now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Touchdown, Arkansas! How about this defense taking one back to the house? They'll try to add another to their lead. And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. And at the end of the play, it looks as if there's an injured Razorback on the field. That is their freshman offensive lineman. And boy, they hope this isn't too serious. Holly Rowe will keep an eye on that. Fielded in the end zone, it's Kane. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
They give it to him again. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Leaves it with the back. He works his way to the 21-yard line. Not enough to pick up the first down. And it'll be the Condors will line up to punt it away. Makes a nice grab at the 25. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
Dang, that's unfortunate. I wish I could say I've never seen that before, but I've seen Reese run routes. You know, when we go to all these different stadiums and call these games, we go on the field and do a spin session before the game. That looked just like Reese Davis.
Back to throw, it's Hill. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Escapes the pressure going right. Got a first down. Corralled and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business.
And I really like the job by this offense because, listen, you've got the lead. Be smart with the football. You drop back, it's a scramble. The quarterback pulls it down, makes the play. Nice job. This is how you play with the lead. Take what the defense gives you and don't make mistakes.
To the air on first down. Flips it out in the flat. So now it's second and long.
Ready. White 29.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. They'll throw on third and short. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. Dead center perfect. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it out. It's Kane. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up second and 10.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
And a lot of times when you see running backs catch the football, man, they've got a little bit of space to operate. That's great coverage. Being right there when he catches the ball to deliver the hit, to make sure he doesn't secure the catch, elite coverage.
And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
And you thought maybe in the second half this offense could just find a rhythm, find something to take advantage of this defense, but the defense has really had their number, not putting up a lot of points, and again, an empty possession right there.
He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Looking to throw, it's Hill. Under fire. And the pass is incomplete as the final play of the third quarter. Fourth quarter is coming. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Wide receiver comes in motion. Play clock was getting close to 0, and they have to burn a timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go?
Let it go.
looking to fire. Pulls it in. It's Marshall. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang. They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Got the quick pass. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Russell. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Wide receiver going in motion. Now the play fake. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. A very efficient 5-play drive. And they put the points on the board with that 36. They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting ready to play in front of a live audience. You're able to come out and execute and get this win under your belt. David, couldn't be a better way to start the year.
Narration volume set to 100.
beautiful stadium in Salt Lake City. Early season momentum at stake here as we have a Week 2 clash here on EA Sports College Football. It's the Arkansas Razorbacks and the Utah Utes. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
Kyle Whittingham went out with a bang at the University of Utah. An 11-2 season, the Utes were a terrific team, just falling short of the college football playoff. But now, under the leadership of true Ute, Morgan Scalley, we'll see if Utah can run it back this season and get into the playoff championship picture. Guys?
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. The Utes ready to kick it away first. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. He gets a block. Oh, what vision. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
And this place was going bananas. It was going nuts. The atmosphere was incredible. But how about the visitors setting the tone? The opening kickoff return, taking it back to the house. And now, guys, it's gotten really, really quiet.
And he added the extra point. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Utah Utes offense onto the field first, and we'll see their opening script. Wayshawn Parker, he's coming off a 100-yard game and a couple of touchdowns in their last win. Here comes the option. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
Well, obviously a really nice play by the defense there, stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen. This
makes the cap. He smashes his way through again. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Defense couldn't quite hold its water, and it'll be 5 free yards for the Oaks. First down and 5 after the penalty. Handoff for Parker. And he moved it slightly forward. Defense played it well.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Keep it on the ground. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground.
And the ball is free on the pitch. Recovers the fumble and he's on the move. He is stopped short. That's the man they wanted to have the ball, but it'll be fourth down. And the Utes line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. So Arkansas's offense takes the field for the first time in this game. J.J. Jackson, this offense is going to be productive. He will have to play well in this one. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Jackson will throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Marshall. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. The Razorbacks can really attack on this second and short. The give is to Smith. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Right back to the well. There's some room. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play.
Well, he shows you his speed and his power on that run. As far as I can think back to, Arkansas football always comes down to being able to run the football on offense. It's about grinding and wearing the opponent down. They always seem to be able to recruit outstanding athletes at that position. This guy is no different.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Back to pass. Pulls it in. It's Hawkins. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there.
And that is why this punter is such a big weapon. He can completely flip the field. He's got a cannon for a leg. That was a moonshot. They were able to get downfield, and now this offense, they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to score.
Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. After the 9-yard completion, the playbook wide open on 2nd and 1. Running inside, it's Parker. Might have a chance. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. On first down from their own 22. Dropping back, it's Dampier. He wants to take the top off. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
And this defense picking up right where it left off. Last week put a great game together, really shut down an opponent. Now you can tell, man, they're going to make you earn everything you get. And this offense is going to have to find a way to find some holes because we haven't seen him the last couple weeks.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
This is a team right now playing with tons of confidence because of how much their defense is dominating. Just look what they did the last time they took the field, and look what they're doing early in this game. They've got dudes flying around making plays. They are a tough unit.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. The Utes send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. The give to the lone running back. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. They got nothing on the last play. Second and 10. Trying to impose their will with the run. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves. And they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. And the Razorbacks decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. They'll get this drive started from the 29. They'll start on the ground with Wayshawn Parker. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. We've reached the break. Arkansas has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. First play of the period will be a second down. Back to pass, it's Dampier. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. And the Utes will send out the punt unit. My goodness, he unloads on that one. Here's the return. Slips through the line. He just about took that one to the house. They finally bring him down, but when you have a return like that, it pretty much eats up everything gained by the punt. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the first down.
That's a really nice looking throw, and I'll tell you, he fits in great with this offense because there's been this philosophical shift recently in the SEC offensively. It used to be you had to run the football. I formation, 3 yards in a cloud of dust if you wanted to win. But today, though, you have got to be able to throw if you're going to win. Think about all the great offensive play callers now in the SEC, all the Heisman Trophy winners that have played recently at the QB position. You got to do it through the air, and this guy in Arkansas gives them a chance.
The Razorbacks have a lot of options on second and inches. The Razorbacks take their first time out. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Options galore here, second and just a few inches. Push forward on the sneak. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Still down on the field is one of the Utah players. That is the freshman defensive end that they're very excited about. They're hoping that he's able to return to the game shortly. And the Razorbacks will snap it on 1st and 10. Jackson gonna throw it. A shot for the end zone. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. The run inside. It's Smith. They make the stop after a pickup of 3 just inside the red zone at the 19. This is why Rice-Eccles, one of the toughest places to play in all the country. Try to get your 3rd down conversion in the midst of this. From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
Well, he's off to an awesome start this season. Had a sack in their last game, gets his first sack right now. I think he has a chance to be a huge focal point in this defense moving forward, but let's just worry about what's happening now. This offense has to find a way to slow him down.
It is perfect, and that lead grows even bigger.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Coming out with it, it's Johnson. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. Here comes the Utah offense to get this drive started. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. They'll run for it. It's Parker. Into the pile. Maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. The Utes racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Right back to the well. Here's a little room there. He's at the 30. The 10. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Utah!
I know it's early this year, but it's obvious this guy is a focal point in this offense. After having 2 touchdowns in his first game, he gets on the board here. Doesn't matter where he winds up, they find ways to get him the football, and defenses just have not been able to figure him out.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Trying to move them on the counter. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Right back to it. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Jackson will throw. Fires to the right. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on 3rd down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on 3rd down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
They stop him immediately, flying down the field and get to him before he can even get started. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Let's see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the 29-yard line. This is a game of swings and momentum and a great opportunity here after scoring on the last drive, getting a stop, and now you have the football back.
They're playing well right now in all three phases, and they're complementing each other. So now, David, it's up to the offense here. It's up to this quarterback to lead this offense down the field to get a score.
Yeah, and to stay aggressive, to understand we've had success, we got this going the right way. Now I don't need to change anything. Go back to your go-to plays. That's now got you some momentum back in your favor.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Trying to save time on defense, they use their second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Showing some serious leg strength on that boomer. And the punt will go into the end zone, and the ball comes out to the 20 on the touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Jackson gonna throw it. Pocket breaking down. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. The Razorbacks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Smith. Across the 25, he's got room. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Timeout called by the Utes. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And the Razorbacks will try to pin them back with the punt. Fair catch called for and made. So the Utes are ready to begin this drive on offense. In modern college football, Jesse, if there's time, there's an opportunity to attack.
And I like them being aggressive here too, guys. Look, they practiced this all week long. Now you're in that situation to go out there, have some fun, and let it fly.
And defenses are taught to stay deep, play prevent in these situations. So I think you could get a good chunk play and then possibly get a field goal to tack on before the half.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
Looking downfield, it's Dampier. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. So they'll try the field goal and try to draw even here before halftime. From the left hash, this one shouldn't be too much trouble. Never a doubt. And the 3-ball locks us up as we get closer to the half.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trying to knock down.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Running inside, it's Smith. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, welcome into our EA Sports Studios here in Orlando, the Week 2 edition of our College Football Update Show. Let's start with Texas, taking on the number 1 team, the Ohio State Buckeyes. And it's the Longhorns coming away with the victory in one of the highest scoring games we've seen all season. This will push them to 2-0 on the season. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now back to your game at Rice-Eccles Stadium. And talk about a good competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these two programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been, well, a good competitive game so far. They don't call me the most creative man in broadcasting for nothing, you know. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Rice-Eccles Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. He'll put toe to leather and get this second half started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now,
there he goes. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Here's Wayshawn one more time. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. And at the end of the play, it looks as if there's an injured Razorback on the field. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Just a short pass to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
They'll move the wide receiver. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
and that's a job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound, no matter who gets the football. We're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
To the air, it's Dampier. Here he goes breaking the pocket. They stop him right at the 40-yard line. Down, will they bring out the punt team? And the Utes will punt it away on 4th down. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. He gets it out to the 17, the cover unit right there to make the stop. The Arkansas offense heads onto the field. They haven't really been able to light up this score. Putting points up would be huge here. The run inside. It's Smith. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Right back to him on the ground. Knocked down at the 31 after a gain of 5. Still down on the field is one of the Utah players. That is the freshman defensive end that they're very excited about. They're hoping that he's able to return to the game shortly. So they picked up that last first down on the ground, now with a fresh set of downs. This time he wants to throw. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. Corralled and brought down by the defense.
I like the idea on offense. You want to get this guy the football in as many ways as possible. So you throw him the screen quickly to see if he can make somebody miss. Doesn't work there, but that should not be the last time you run that play.
Got his man. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
I like the QB here. Very decisive, understanding. I get the ball to my slot guy. He can make plays after. Like the quickness, the speed, the elusiveness. You watch him, man. Just he catches the football, and a big play can happen. And you saw it.
Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down on yourselves, and one play turns to 2. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
Jackson will throw. And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back. The mighty Utah student section alive and bringing the noise on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
What a great job by the defense that time. Cover 1, man coverage. And did you see how everybody was impressed? When you press receivers, you disrupt their timing. You get your hands on them at the line of scrimmage. You jam them. And it completely disrupts the quarterback and his thought process. And that time, that was a big reason that ball got INT.
The Utes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll run the option. And he stopped right there. No gain on the play.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time, and they're able to make a quick stop.
Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
Well, they're able to get a field goal, put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would have liked to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession and give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. The Razorbacks offense set to begin this drive. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. So they were getting up against the play clock, and they don't want the penalty. They'll take the timeout here. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Jackson gonna throw it. Open on the right side, that's Smith. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down.
You see it so much in college football where they motion a running back out of the backfield. What are they looking for? Man coverage. Are you trying to cover my running back with one of your linebackers? If you are, I'm going to take advantage. I love taking advantage of the mismatch with your running back out in space Keep doing that.
Looking to throw on first down. Fires left. Fires it incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Smith. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's third down now. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. And they can't complete the bullet pass on third down.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, you're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Holly, what update do you have for us?
Down here on the Utah sideline, there is so much energy down here on the sideline. This running back has been on fire. They expected a big performance from him today, and he has delivered, just going over 100 yards already in this game. I expect them to continue to feed him the ball. I'll keep you posted from down here on the sidelines. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. They opened up this drive, getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's first down again. They want to run this quarterback. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Lost one on that last one. It's second and 11. They'll give it to Parker. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up one to the 35. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. To throw, it's Dampier. A little release to the back. He gets it up to the 37-yard line, and let's see if they're willing to gamble on fourth down. And the Utes will call on their punt team. After 3 periods. And these two running backs have gone head-to-head. And here comes the punt team. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. Oh, look at this thing. They may need a flight attendant on that one. And it looks as if this one's going to carry into the end zone for a touchback. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. And now, deep in the fourth quarter, a chance to go down the field and take the lead in this ball game. Running inside, it's Smith. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play.
One of the things you love about this,
they've got a first down here. Want to start its bend to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, fourth quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his man. It's Platt. Finds a little bit of room and finally wrestled out of bounds at the 43.
This offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Russell. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
And at the end of the play, it looks as if there's an injured Razorback on the field. That is the junior tight end who they are taking a look at, and we'll have Holly Rowe check on his situation. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Jackson will throw. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Going to try to get it himself. Hauls it in. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. The Razorbacks will have it 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Russell. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Catch in the middle. It's Marshall. They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a 1st down.
QBs, when they see these zone coverages, man, some of them panic. Some of them throw it too quickly and can make bad decisions. I like how he waited a little bit, waited for the right window, the right opportunity. There's always going to be holes in zones. I just got to be a little bit patient.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Nice job by the defense. A lot of times offenses want time to mesh that RPO and read it. Nah, the defense got in there so fast, they didn't give him an option. Got the nice tackle for a loss, putting the offense in a worse situation.
And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of them. Big play coming on 3rd and long. He'll pull it down. Finds a crease at the 20. Got enough to move the sticks. 1st down from the 17.
Talk about saving your best when the moment is the biggest. Nice job in the 4th quarter. Been grinding all day. Made the biggest run of the day when it counted the most. Picked up the 1st down in a pretty close ball game.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Run in the red zone. It's Russell. Maybe a crease. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line. So the opportunity with a touchdown here to take a 4th quarter lead. They'll run it on 1st and goal. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4.
This is the most important part of the field. What you did to get down here means nothing. Nice job by this defense, staying confident, staying aggressive, and forcing the 3rd down and goal.
A huge chance for points here on 3rd and goal, and if they can get it in, we might have ourselves a finish. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Russell. Stop! Nothing! Denied right in his tracks, and it's 4th down for this defense. So now we'll line up for one of the biggest kicks of this game. Huge field goal attempt could tie the game, and he'll have to make it through ear-splitting noise. Right down the boulevard. Guys, final minute.
That is a massive kick late here in the game to tie it up. And now, can your defense do their job and at minimum hold them scoreless here to put this thing into OT? Or even better, can they get you the football back and give you an opportunity to win the game?
Here comes the Utah offense to get this drive started. There's enough time to get the ball down the field here, David, but you've got to make sure you're efficient and avoid mistakes.
Yeah, and those 2-minute drills, you always talk about the first down, Jesse. Get that first down, stop the clock, get some momentum going on offense.
Yeah, and good decision-making by the quarterback, too, right? You don't have to be greedy in this situation. Just take what the defense gives you and get yourself in position to win.
He needed that extra space as he bangs his way to the 14. Wanting to stop the clock on defense, they use their third and final timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Here's a gift to Parker. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Well, guys, let's play some more. Headed to overtime.
And this just feels right. Both of these teams going back and forth. So, of course, David, this thing needs to get decided in OT.
Let's see who's better. Short amount of time to do it. A couple possessions probably, maybe one possession each. Who's the better team?
So here comes our first play of overtime. Using his legs, it's Russell. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Jackson gonna throw it. Oh, they're after him. Working that left side now. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
They'll run it. It's Russell. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Off play action. Moving out of the pocket. Almost had the huge interception there. Man, what a change that would have been. Instead, we're looking at 3rd down. 3rd and long, and they'd love to pick it up, but they also need to stay in position for a field goal try. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's got him. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. This, the biggest play of the game so far. Going for it on 4th down in overtime. Trying to keep the drive alive. Touchdown Razorbacks. They take the lead here in overtime.
This offense is high octane, boy. You just saw it. Not a lot of time needed for them to go all the way and score 6. Well done.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, just to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer, like you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes...
Turning it on! Gets down, and like they say, touchdown, first down, or get down, and he got 2 of those on that one.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Looking to throw, it's Dampier. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
How about this defense coming out aggressive on first down? They're in the red zone. They're like, no. We're going to take the fight to you. Now setting up a second down and long and putting them in a great position to be successful.
Second down, they'll go to the air. They get to him as he throws. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Yeah, and I'll give him toughness points. He stood in there, stared down the barrel, got whacked, but I won't give him smarts points because he threw into double coverage. You got to make a better decision than that. So try not to get walloped, and definitely don't throw up into double coverage.
Bringing the heat. Oh, and this one's picked off. A huge overtime turnover. Bringing it back. He's at the 30. Inside the... Touchdown, Arkansas. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score. With yet another unranked team taking down a ranked opponent, does a portal help level this out a little bit where it's really difficult to know which team should be ranked in the first place?
I think the portal certainly helps. At the end of the day, though, they just wanted it more today, and that win is going to help recruiting. It's going to help their confidence moving forward. I know this, David. Every team on the rest of their schedule, they're now taking account and notice of this team.
And I completely agree. Like, you start to build momentum, and then momentum helps you find more.
Welcome to Road to Glory. I'm Reese Davis, and it's time to kick off your legendary college career. Before you get started, you can custom. Next, it's time to pick your position. We've added 3 new positions this year, tight end, edge, and safety. So you have more ways to play the way you want. Next, you'll set your player's skill. The first step in building your player is setting their physique. As you adjust your height, weight, and body type, the maximum ratings for your attributes will change. Smaller players tend to be quicker and more agile, while bigger players are generally stronger and more physical. Pay close attention here, because your player's physique determines the maximum rating of your attributes and shapes the kind of player you can build. Here, you'll set your max potential by determining how high you can progress each attribute during your career. Your player's archetype and potential physical abilities will be determined based on your allocation of points in these skills. You'll have the chance to raise these attributes further by earning up to 25 cap breakers. These are awarded for accomplishing milestones like winning awards, setting records, or winning championships.